Today I'm going to tell you what you should be looking for the next time you're shopping for editing headphones, and I'm going to tell you the best budget headphones that I think you should be buying. Let's take a look. What's going on? Jaylippman here. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we are talking about sound, my favorite thing in the whole world. You guys know me. I have been in the sound game for over 20 years. Started as a musician. Eventually I started recording my own stuff, and when I was doing that, I was very, very picky about the gear that I had, and I made sure that I chose the best headphones that I could possibly get with the money that I had at the time, and they were pretty nice. Unfortunately, they died in a horrible cat-related accident. I'm still not talking to you. Unfortunately, by that time, my money kind of ran out, so I ended up having to go with my backup headphones, these Skullcandy H2 wireless. Now, don't get me wrong, these things are great for listening to music. They have accentuated bass, a nice high end, and they're the exact wrong thing to be using for video editing. First of all, they're more on the ear than over the ear, which means you're gonna lose some sound detail when you're listening. On top of that, it's a closed back, and closed back just typically doesn't have very natural sound reproduction. And then that accentuated bass that I told you about is absolutely horrible for video editing. You lose so much detail when all you hear is bass. So for the last few years, I've been using these, and I've never been happy with the sound that I've been getting from my videos. I've always kind of edited to the point where it's like, I think this is good, and then I'll export it and I'll listen to it, and it's not what I want. And then the other day I was in Guitar Center and I was browsing the headphones section, and I was listening to a bunch of different headphones. I was trying to decide what I might want to buy. I was leaning towards the Audio Technicas until I saw something that just gave me all of the feels. These are the AKG K240 Studio headphones. And let me tell you, when I picked these things up, when I saw these sitting there on the shelf, I just got a wave of nostalgia like you wouldn't believe. These things have been sitting in every studio I've ever recorded in since forever. And I'll get into the details of this thing in just a second, but first let's back up. Let me tell you what you need to look for when you're shopping for editing headphones. But in order to do that, I first need to explain that headphones really aren't the best way to edit sound anyway. You should be using studio monitors. That's really the best way to get natural sound reproduction so you can more accurately edit. Typically, headphones are only used for reference. Once you've kind of got your mix down, you put your headphones on and you can really hear some of the details, some of the things that you need to get rid of or tweak in order to make your sound perfect. Unfortunately, I don't have a sound booth. I don't have a room that's soundproof and just sound treated and sound all the things. I don't have that, so I need to actually work with headphones because it's the only way I'm gonna get any kind of accurate sound edit out of my videos. And when I'm looking for headphones, there's a few things that I'm looking at. First of all, I want them to be over the ear instead of on the ear, and that way there's actually less space between me and the headphones so I can accurately hear everything. The second thing that I want to look for is whether they're an open back, semi-open back, or closed back. I don't like using closed back because none of the sound gets to escape, which means it's all muddled together in my ears and I can't hear all of the details of the sound that I'm editing. With an open back, you get nice escape with the bass and you can hear everything. These are semi-open back because I do have a relatively not noise-free area to edit, so I need something to be able to combat the external noise. The third thing that I'm looking for is the weight. These things need to be lightweight and they need to be comfortable on my head because I can easily sit down and edit for hours on end, and I don't want ear fatigue and I don't want these things to become uncomfortable after a while. And so far, I've been able to sit here for 6 to 8 hours at a time editing, listening to stuff, and it feels like they're not even on me. And finally, the last thing that I'm looking for is for headphones that are tuned flat. Let me explain. Most headphones, like these consumer level Skullcandy headphones, have a little bit of EQ built into them. They've got an accentuated bass or or high end, or they've got the mids dropped a little bit and it's not a flat profile. And because of that, you're already starting your edit with something mixed in. It's almost like color grading footage where the image is already baked in. You can't do a lot with it. When you're listening through something that already has an edit on it, it's a lot harder to get the sound that you want out of your video. For video editing or sound editing at all, you want something that's tuned flat, so there's no pre-edit on anything. You're getting the natural sound reproduction of this stuff that you're working with. Now, I've listened to a lot of headphones that claim to be tuned flat, but I gotta tell you, these AKG 240s are some of the best that I've ever listened to. They're the flattest sound, the clearest sound I've ever had in a set of headphones. And now for all you tech heads out there, here are the specs for the AKG 240 Studio headphones. The AKG 240s are semi-open around the ear headphones. They've got a driver size of 30 millimeters, a frequency response of 15 hertz to 2500 hertz, and an impedance of 55 ohms. Meaning you can actually use these things in your smartphone. So all of you mobile editors out there could actually use these when you're editing. And remember when I said they were light? Half a pound. These things weigh half a pound. They're super light. You don't even feel it. Now in the box, you get the headphones, obviously. You get the instructions, obviously. And you get the cord, which is a removable 10-foot long XLR to 3.5 millimeter jack cable. You also get this 3.5 millimeter to 1/4 inch jack adapter, which is great if you want to plug these things into a headphone amplifier or a mixer or anything like that. And the best part about all of this is these headphones are 70 bucks. So if you're looking for a budget-friendly, good headphone that's trusted by recording studios all around the world, AKG 240s, the way to go. Now, don't go anywhere just yet because I got something else I gotta tell you. If you're used to editing on something like these consumer level headphones that got the pre-edits in them, the things that you just should not be using under any circumstances, unless of course you just want to get a video out there and this is all you have, then of course, use what you got. When you put these on for the first time, it's gonna sound weird. It's not gonna sound as loud as your other headphones because everything is tuned flat. So you're gonna wanna do what I did the day that I got these. You're gonna wanna go home, rip them out of the box, plug them into your computer, put them on, and you just wanna listen to stuff for 2 hours. You're training your ears to hear what these headphones can do. That way, when you actually go to edit something, you can know what you're listening for and you can accurately edit your video or your song or, you know, whatever. If you want to learn more about the gear that I use to create my videos, I've got a playlist linked right up here. You should definitely check that out. And right down here, you'll find a video that YouTube thinks you should watch. And if you want to learn more about video editing, camera gear, and how to make better videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit that bell so you can get notified whenever I upload something new. All right, talk to you later.